Hey everyone, this is Dan here, and welcome back to another video. So this is a brand new series I want to start it, a weekly series I wanted to start, and this is going to be on free-to-play news. So what I'm going to be doing is every week I'm going to come out with a video with some news on what's going on in the community, what Jagex has released in this week and how it affects free-to-play, and just other things that are going on, whether in the market or in local clans such as in Total Free-to-Play Skillers, some events that are going on. So this is your first free-to-play news for June 1st, 2013. Welcome to the free-to-play news for June 1st, 2013. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the Total Free-to-Play Skillers and a couple of their events, the TFS Charity, and the monthly skilling competition. Next up, we also have exquisite weapons and god emissaries. And last, we have bots gone. Where did the bots go for this whole week? So, let's get to it. So first up, we have the TFS Charity event. TFS Charity is a monthly event hosted by the Total Free-to-Play Skillers in which clanmates gather materials during the first 3 weeks of the month, with 3 major gatherings during which players skill together based on skills set by the event coordinators. At the end of the month, a massive drop party is done at the party room, which you can see in the background here, to share what players have gathered during the month. TFS Charity was first hosted in 2009 by Toki Lee, 1337, one of the event coordinators. However, due to Toki quitting at the time, the event had temporarily stopped. Now, with Toki returning recently, the event has started up again and has gotten even larger results. For this drop party, over 16 million worth of items were dropped, and I myself got about 4,000 U's. Also for this month, the Total Free-to-Play Skillers once again had their monthly skilling competition. For the month of May, the skill was woodcutting. The skilling competition is done over 2 weeks during the month. For this month, Cherry Cola 74 landed in first place with over 2.2 million XP. Following close up second is Stormfire 64 with just over 2 million XP gain. So congratulations Cherry Cola and Stormfire, and also congratulations StarX Ice for a close third. And I myself, I only ended up in fourth place with around 1 million XP gain. So TFS's monthly skilling competition was started last July actually, by Juco, with mining being the first ever competition, and it has greatly encouraged players to level up skills that they may not regularly train. God Emissaries were released this past week as part of the continued focus on the Runescape gods, as we slowly move towards the next skill divinity. Each of the major gods, Saradomin, Zamorak, Zaros, Sarin, Bandos, Armadil, Silski, and the Godless each have their own emissary. The Godless, of course, standing for those that are against the gods. When you talk to each of these emissaries, they give you additional information about the god that they stand for, or in the Godless case, what they stand against, and also give the player a wieldable banner, a book, and a title for the god. Unfortunately, most of the update is for members, so aside from a cool title, an interesting backstory for the gods, and a new banner, there isn't much to look for in this update. However, don't forget to talk to the emissaries for your own banner and title. As a continued effort by Jagex to promote microtransactions, Jagex has added exquisite weaponry to the Wheel of Fortune. These weapons, as many other previous to itself, provide mostly just a new look for players without actually taking the place of current weapons. However, these weapons are not merely decorations and have 2 modes. One is the level 10 mode, which you start off with, and which is mostly just for looks, and it has a level 40 version, which is worse. While worse than most rune weapons, it's still half decent. More importantly, this update actually provides a whole new SKU of weapons for free-to-play. Includes the first dual-wielding weapons for free-to-play. You got claws, whips, halberds, and that's just among the weapons that free-to-play has received. And this actually changes the highest accuracy for weapons, now the Gravite Longsword along with the exquisite offhand longsword. This adds up to an accuracy of over 1.7k. However, it doesn't beat the highest damage, which still goes to the Gravite two-handed sword. This update is actually quite interesting for free-to-play and could possibly change how players train combat. However, I don't think that having these monumental changes come to free-to-play combat due to microtransaction items is a good thing. So why don't you let me know in the comments below what you think about it, this whole thing on exquisite weapons. I like their looks, and I think it's a good idea having these new weapons, but having them on the Wheel of Fortune I think is a bad idea. Finally, last up, we have an interesting bit of news. I titled it Bots Gone. For this past week, some of you may have noticed that a lot of bots were gone. When I went to woodcut at Hughes, there was no one there. When I went to cut at Willows, there was no one there. Even the mining guild was nearly empty, which was a very rare sight. Even at Karamja, there was less than 10 people there, and I believe most of them were actually talking, so they were not bots. So the question was, where did they go over this past week? Apparently, over this past week, one of the major bots had broken, or so I have heard, resulting in a lot of these bots disappearing over this past week. And this also caused a lot of the prices of raw materials to go up, including used, which went up over 600 each, which is a absolutely ridiculous price compared to what they have previously been. Unfortunately, they are now back, which you can see in the video here. The mining guild is once again filled with people. So that is it for this week's episode of Free-to-Play News. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think about these topics that we talked about today, the different events, exquisite weapons, and the bots being gone for this past week. But that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.